All right, a lot of anxiety at the corner of Wall and Broad. The Dow down 521 points. It's a time like these that a lot of people say, what do I do? What do I do? One of the calmest, smartest people I know on the planet joins me now. Ben Stein, a former Nixon speechwriter, Capitalist Code, author, economist, so many bestsellers. I don't have time to get into it because he makes me look bad. But Ben, very good to have you. How do you advise folks when they see something like this on a day like this and they get nervous?
Don't do anything. Just hold on. Hold on for the ride. Rarely do these things turn into the total crises that the market would seem to be predicting. We are huge trading partners with China. They're huge trading partners with us. Neither one of us wants to do anything to super escalate this until it becomes a giant super crisis. And it's not going to be. The Chinese are terribly smart, capable people. They're not going to allow this to become a real crisis. And the U.S. is fairly smart and fairly capable. We're not going to allow it to become a huge super crisis either.
But in any trade negotiation, what was it Ronald Reagan used to say? Both sides should come out with their dignity. And I'm wondering if the administration, maybe for perfectly sound and valid reasons, sort of locked China into a non-face-saving corner.
Well, I think if we did, it was a terrible mistake. I don't think there's no doubt whatsoever that China is violating all kinds of international rules and norms about technological transfers and technological theft, frankly. But in terms of just prices of exports, we do very, very well with China. They send us good quality goods at very low prices. And I think we don't want to stop. We don't want to stop that. They don't want to stop taking in our money. Yes, they take our money and they use it largely to buy U.S. Treasury bonds. Not always, but largely.
Right.
They don't want. The deal is working out very well for both of us. I don't think there's any reason that either one of us wants to stop it, and I don't think either one of us is going to stop it. There's a lot of benefit for the traders in terms of making the markets fluctuate wildly. There's no particular benefit in coming to a crisis and crashing the cars. Yes, the cars can play chicken with each other, but we don't want them to actually crash. Nobody wants them to actually crash.
No, you're right. I mean, you hope that cooler, calmer heads prevail, but maybe just using the CBOE volatility index, the so-called VIX, it's at its highest level since back in January, Ben, up over 30%. Now, as you remind me, that's a fast-moving barometer if ever there was one, but it does represent a sentiment for the time being. People are scared. Should they be?
Well, if they should be scared. If they're speculating on the VIX, they're tougher and have nerves of steel, and they're tougher than I am. But I don't think they should be.
No one is tougher than you. No one is tougher than you.
No, everyone is tougher than I am. But I don't think people need to be speculating in the VIX or trading in the VIX at all. Just hold on tight. Things will get to be calmed down. They're not, and you're not going to be able to outsmart the market. You're not going to be able to outtrade it. You're not going to be able to outfigure it out, outpredict it. Just hold on and let the market go find its level, and the market will be back. I mean, look, we have an enormous amount to gain by continuing good trade relations with China. They do with us. We're not going to throw that away.
All right, and by the way, you are very brave because you're an economist by trading, a genius, and you're also an actor. So I think that alone. Who would have advanced into that field, right?
I'd say very stupid is the short
well,
answer
that's
you're
what
looking
you're
for.
saying. Modesty, I don't know. But let me ask you about this. I mean, we talk about the point hits that are coming here, and I always think, Ben, a lot of times markets will look for an excuse to sell. If you've had a virtually uninterrupted run-up, you can make the case since our December lows are up 20-some-odd%. This is a good catalyst to do that. People will pounce in. Valuations will get down to maybe a more historical norm, and off to the races we go again. What's your view on the markets now?
My view of the market is that it's fairly priced. It's not really wildly overpriced, as we've seen it at some points in the past. It's a market that is a sensibly priced market at this point, and there's no reason for it to go down a great deal. There's just like there's no reason for it to go up a great deal. It's a sensibly priced market at this point. The PE ratio is not particularly high. It's not particularly low. I mean, it's just fine. Just hold on and watch the market go up over long periods of time. Now, if you're in it for a day trade, I don't know what to tell you to do. Just don't do it anymore. But if you're in it for the long haul, just hold on and
what's the long haul to Ben Stein? What's the long haul to Ben Stein?
5 years.
Wow. Okay, there you go. Long haul for me, Ben, is tomorrow lunch. So I was hoping you could be a little more.
Well, actually, I was hoping for lunch today. I'm looking for a McDonald's cheeseburger for lunch today.
All right, duly noted. Everyone would be aware of that. McDonald's could be a good investment. Ben Stein, great seeing you again, my friend. Be well.
Great seeing you, my friend.